Hello and welcome. 5-Minute Fitness with Yogi Vincent. That's me. This short group of poses is designed to give you just a quick tune-up at any time during the day. Improve bodily alignment so that we don't beat up our joints. It can also serve as a component of a bigger workout you might be doing, whether it's more yoga or something else. So just bringing it on up. We'll be standing at the tops of our mats. Come on up and just ease it down with an exhale. Step in the left foot straight back. So when we step back into our lunge, left heel is roughly over the toes. When we bring that heel down, we've got to spin the toes out. Got about a 30-degree angle with our toes. We start out with our familiar Warrior 2. So we open up the hips. We're able to push the floor with our feet. Push the floor with your feet. Pushing down on the floor, you feel your inner thighs lengthen. Whenever we're opening the hips, we want them to be activated. Hip opening's never passive. We're going to straighten that lead leg and taking it down into triangle. Now we might need something to help us reach the floor. We have our yoga block. Any hard block will do if you don't have a yoga block handy, but you should be able to order these online. I've not heard of a shortage of yoga blocks. If we're caring for high blood pressure, keep the gaze down to the floor. The classic triangle pose has us look up toward the ceiling. But if we're caring for high blood pressure, we can look down toward the floor. Makes things a little easier on our whole body. All right. So in our triangle, we're still pressing that back foot down. And let's bring the left hand down. Let's pick up the left heel. And now let's take it into a half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So your right hand is under your right shoulder. And then we're going to stack the left hip over the right hip. So we're stacking it up. Then the left hand can come up. Traditional pose has us look toward the ceiling. But we can keep the gaze down on the floor, toward the floor if we need to. We have the option of picking up the right hand. Not absolutely necessary. It's not a contest. But do challenge yourself if your body's saying it's up to giving it a try. Because you can always put that hand back down. We can always put the foot down. We'll take it right back down into our Warrior 2. Let's take it into a Crescent Warrior. So we've got this leg bent. We've got the knee over the ankle. We're lifting the right shoulder up. Nice and strong breathing through that open side. Bring it back. Bring it back. Step it up. We're going to step the right foot straight back. Heel over toes. And then we're going to bring that right heel toward the floor. We're pulling that heel back and spinning the right toes out. We are pressing the floor with both feet. Feeling the inner thighs lengthen as we come into our Warrior 2. I'm going to flip around just so that you can see what I'm doing better. But we're still pressing the floor with our feet. Push the floor with your feet. You'll feel your hips go into action. You push right through your legs into your feet. We're going to straighten that lead leg. We're going to reach through the left hand and take it down to our triangle pose, our Trikonasana. Remember our option to gaze down. If we're caring for high blood pressure, traditional pose has us look up toward the ceiling. Nice and strong. All right. Let the breath out slow, like you're blowing out a candle. We'll sweep that hand down. Pick up that back foot. Pick up the right foot, stack the right hip over the left. Right hand is airborne. We remember, strong here, but we're being very thoughtful. We have the option of picking up the left hand. It's not a contest. We don't have to. You haven't failed if you don't pick up the left hand. But play around with it. We can always set the hand down. We can always step right down if we need to. We can even have that foot on the ground and just be light on the toes. Nice and strong in our half moon. Sweep that hand down. We'll step it down. We'll take it back down to the floor. Finishing our hip opener with a Baddha Konasana or bound angle. Bring your heels together. Draw the feet together behind where the toes attach. And bring the toes together. Hands interlaced. In front of the toes, pull very slightly back on your toes. Push the toes into your hands. Draw your knees toward the floor. It's okay if the knees are still up here, but we want to keep the inner thighs engaged. That's what's driving those down as these get longer. As we develop our hip mobility, that's what will enable us to go to the floor. Once again, breathing like you're blowing out a candle. Do it for your inhales and your exhales. Slow that down, couple more breaths. We'll finish it right up. Well, many thanks for joining me. See you again soon. Namaste.